So, friends, today I was reading one book of Dr. Wattles called The Science of Getting Rich. Okay. And see, all the truth is truth, no matter who speaks it, right? And if have you heard about the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? Huh? Have you read or heard about this book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? Very famous book. नौसिखिया का है जो जिनको सिर्फ मैनिफेस्टेशन नया नया सीखा है मेडिटेशन में कुछ नहीं आता है लेकिन पता है कि यू कैन अट्रैक्ट थिंग्स फ्रॉम द यूनिवर्स दिस इज अ बुक दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल रीड even people who are not meditators they will also read the book The Secret. It's an amazing book, but it's basics and it talks about how to attract things and everything. So Rhonda Byrne is saying that there was a time she was bankrupt and she had so many challenges in her life. That's when suddenly her daughter gave her this book, The Science of Getting Rich. And after reading this book, she got the, motivation and or the desire to write this book, The Secret. She met all the other different spiritual scientists who talks about manifestation and everything, and she jotted down all their, important points in one book called The Secret. But the starting point was this book, The Science of Getting Rich by Dr. Wattles. Okay. And she's actually an Hollywood, I think, producer or director, Rhonda Byrne. So this book, it talks about the power of thought. And Dr. Wattles, there is many other things, but the main thing that he talks about that, there is all things that are coming that we are deriving are coming from one source. Okay, we all know that that's the universe, Param Brahma, or whatever you name it. And it says that this source is also, it also came, all these things came from the thought of the source. The source thought about it, and all these things got manifested. So in the same way, he's saying that the thought is very important in our life. And so it's so important to make sure that we we think, he says we have to have definite thoughts. Do you remember I told you from Dr. Joe Dispenza's, when I connect to Dr. Joe Dispenza, I tell you that he says you have your goals should be very concrete. ऐसा नहीं हो, he says that it should not be a random thought. Like, as for example, आप किसी को letter लिख रहे हो, you are trying to write a letter to somebody, but you are writing in jumbled letters as if, somebody has to fix the maze. वो कितना दिन वो maze fix करेगा? You know, if you're not direct, if you're not clear about what you want to tell the person will give up and after a certain point of time thinking that अरे यार मैं मुझे अगर समझने में भी मेरा दिमाग खराब हो जाता है, मुझे स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, तो मुझे ये स्ट्रेस नहीं लेना है. In the same way, he's saying that when you are sending it to the universe, you have to have very clear writing and telling that this is what I want, and this is what I like. Okay. And that's why this concrete is, and a desire is like a wish is something. I wish I could fly to Mauritius, I could have this and that. These are wishes. Clear desire is like an intense desire where you don't forget. He's saying that first of all it's very clear. It's not like a jumble word where the universe has to figure out कि क्या बोलना चाह रहा है वो, and half of the time is gone in understanding what the other person wants to say. And having very clear, and when once you are clear, making sure that it's not just during meditation you are feeling it. He said throughout walking, talking, and doing whatever, you should feel as if you have already achieved this. Also, I said from other books, I said so important to feel as if you have already achieved. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, walking meditations, friends, tomorrow again we will be doing walking meditation. Walking meditation, why is walking meditation so important? Because it is like, this what Dr. Wattles and Joe Dispenza talks about, the same thing कि हम लोग बैठ के हम लोग सब कुछ विजुअलाइज कर रहे हैं कि ये मिल गया, उठ के ही हम फिर कुछ और सोचने लगते हैं. We don't even feel that I have already achieved. So throughout the day, if you want to become that kind of rich person or that kind of healthy person or that kind of happy person in relationships, you should walk and talk as if you have already become. और वो नहीं हो पाता है, उठते ही हम लोग खाना बनाने में काम करने में ऐसे लग जाते हैं, हमारा body posture should also be as if I have already become, feeling as if I've already become that person. So walking meditation helps us in feeling that and becoming that. Okay, so this is what it is talking about. Then it is talking about that. What is the next point it was talking about? Yes, that when you make a goal, let me just think. There are so many points that he talks about. Okay, so he's talking about gratitude. Okay, he talks about gratitude. He says that you have to, when you want to achieve something in life. So see, thoughts are. So he says thoughts is so important. Thoughts create our life. What kind of thought we think creates our life. Okay, so first of all, we have to be very cautious. He says that, if you, that's why Mother Teresa was asked, there was this beautiful thing that Mother Teresa was said that, would you like to participate in a, something, some fight for rights of people or poverty and something. Mother Teresa said, I do not want to participate for the rights of poverty. Hmm? I want to participate for love for people instead of participating. The बहुत बहुत बार होता है ना कि we think that it's a basic right of, some people when they go into spirituality, sometimes they think it's very important to fight for the rights of people. Think about poor people, we have to fight for them, we have to fight for them. Hmm. We have to worry, we have to go into charity and we have to do charity, and we have to tell others that we should also think about the poor people. So see how the thought is going. The thought is going into poverty. Hmm? The more you are, that's why it says that when we do charity with the thought, oh, we are doing charity for poor people, they have to grow up, the more they become poor because my thought is going into they're so poor, they're so poor, they're so poor. Hmm? Instead, he says that wish as if, believe as if, oh, they are not poor, they are developing, they are becoming rich, they are becoming rich, they will very soon become rich. Having different thoughts, because my thought can also affect somebody's, richness. So why to think that somebody is poor? Oh, कभी कभी इसलिए बोलते हैं ना कि disease विजीज हो ना, even for diseases also, we should not talk to other people about diseases. हाँ, किसी को कैंसर हो गया, क्या होता है, लोग आके आ रे तुमको कैंसर हो गया, ओ हो रे क्या होगा तुम्हारे बाद, लोगों का क्या होगा. And what in reality what's happening is that everybody is coming and contributing to the same thought that this lady has cancer, she has very less time to live. Okay, so how is that then lady going to survive? इसलिए बोलते हैं कि बहुत ज्यादा लोगों को मत बोलो. बॉडी में भी अगर इलनेस है, हेल्थ इश्यूज है, डोंट कीप टेलिंग अरे मेरा बॉडी तो एक है, ये प्रॉब्लम. द मोर यू आर फोकसिंग ऑन द प्रॉब्लम, इंस्टेड थिंक वेलनेस. If the body is unhealthy, instead of thinking of unhealthiness of the body, think about the wellness. Visualization is for that, right? We do visualization for that. Okay, we focus on, that's what thinking, what I'm thinking is so important, what I focus on is so important, friends. Sometimes, I've seen even, I had to catch myself as well, because I just realized, what I used to do, because I had this victim mentality. Okay, okay, I had some challenges in my life for which I started developing this victim mentality. कि मेरे साथ तो बुरा होता है and everything. And I told you, this is one of the mirrors of abundance, right? If you have a victim mentality, you cannot attract money from the universe. Why? Because do you know why? Because the underlying belief system of a person who has victim mentality is life is filled with misery. Okay, and because life is filled with misery, कुछ अच्छा भी होने वाला है मेरे जीवन में, मैं I realized I always used to expect worse things happening in my life. हमेशा I had this fear, if something good is also happening, I will have a fear that something bad will happen, something, and actually I manifested that bad, because out of that fear, तो मेरा life is misery, so I could not think that something good can happen to my life. हाँ, सो आई वॉज ओनली एक्सपेक्टिंग बैड, कुछ वर्स होगा, इससे भी शायद कुछ बुरा हो सकता है. एंड आई वॉज अट्रैक्टिंग मोर वर्स थिंग्स इन माई लाइफ. Okay, see how thought is so important, not just in money, in every area. ओके इसलिए बोल रहे कि न्यूज़पेपर्स जहाँ पे दुख की कहानियां है, देखो कितना पॉवर्टी है दुनिया में, डोंट फोकस ऑन देम. The more you're focusing, the more actually your thought is creating more poverty in the world. The more you're focusing on कितना poverty है दुनिया में, कितना दुख है दुनिया में, मेरे लाइफ में कितना दुख है, the more you're focusing, the more you're growing that दुख as well. Okay. And then, friends, the last thing that he talks, and Rhonda Bryan has written full one book on this only, this the magic. If you read the magic book, she says that if you want to make your life magical, there is only one mantra: start giving gratitude moment to moment. Yeah. And she has learned from her guru, because she's saying that he was the first master who really influenced her. And Dr. Wettles talks about the same thing. See again the logic. There is always a logic. Spiritual science, normal mumbo jumbo science is has no logic. सिर्फ भगवान को पूजो, भगवान, फिर हम भगवान को ही दोषते हैं कि भगवान तुमने मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया, मेरे साथ इतना बुरा क्यों होता है, बट मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस ही बुरा खींच रहा है वर्ल्ड में. And what he's saying is that, see, the moment you give gratitude, you are focusing on the good things of the world. You are thinking only good. If you see the people who don't give gratitude, they only complain, right? Ye theek nahi hai. They only focus on what is lack, what is scarcity. So what you focus on grows, whatever you focus on grows more, right? So that's why gratitude is a very, very beautiful way to have lots of abundance. Even one of the mirrors, or I think one of the mirrors, or it was one of the, no, it is prosperity and poverty consciousness and prosperity consciousness. One of the point is gratitude. Gratitude brings a person with prosperity consciousness will always feel gratitude for everything. Even worst thing maybe bolega acha, good, isse I will be able to learn a lot of lessons from it. Thank you so much. Yeah. And complain means my thought is going into negative, so it is going to increase. Got it, friends? Such a beautiful, I'm sometimes I feel I'm so blessed. एंड हम हमको हमेशा लगता है कि हमारे साथ कोई नहीं है. हमें हमेशा लगता है हम अकेले हैं. यू नो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ थॉट प्रोसेस, राइट? And there was, I told you, right, there is again a thought process that I'm not lucky. I told you, right, from the book Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He says that auto suggestions हम अपने आप को देते हैं कि I'm not lucky, I'm not lucky. hmm? I'm lucky. So it says एक कुछ हुआ where you felt you are not lucky, and if you keep suggesting yourself that I'm not lucky, you know you will create all the unluckiness. But I feel I'm so blessed, I feel so blessed, because in a way, one is, yes, when you do seva, the universe comes to you and helps you so that you can do more seva. So I just randomly bump into books. मुझे ऐसा होता है कि मैं कुछ सोचती नहीं हूँ बुक. आई जस्ट से यूनिवर्स, मुझे इस वीक कौन सा बुक पढ़ना है, just show me, because I have to give it to my friends in class. Show me what is the book that I need to convey to them, and the universe just pops in and it gives me a book which is appropriate for the time. Hmm? So this is the book that just popped. It just popped, I think, yesterday, and I have finished half of the book. I love reading audio. The audio books में ना बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो जाता है. So I just finished it, and see, it can benefit so many people. So see how lucky we are. Instead of thinking we are not lucky, मेरे साथ इतना बुरा क्यों होता है, मैं victim हूँ, मैं भूल क्यों नहीं पाती हूँ, I cannot forgive and all these things. See how lucky we are. We only focus on what is not there, but why can't we focus on what is there? There was this lady who was saying that, I told also last week, or last to last week, I told about this. We are going for a picnic. We take a cab, we take a tempo, whatever. All of us, we go to a picnic, we sing, we dance, we do so many things. On the road, there was a small accident. Everybody was safe, but there was an accident. Then we again go, we have picnic, we cook there in that place. And Assam is a beautiful place. You should go for picnics. They have such beautiful places. So, whenever I go to Assam, I will go for some picnic or the other. So I remember whenever I think about picnic. So, and you go, you do the picnic and you come back. Okay. And come back and somebody asks you, how was your day? And you'll say, oh, don't tell me, the day was so bad. There was an accident on the road. Yeah. So why, bhai? So many things happened so nice. Why can't we just give gratitude about having such lovely experience and worrying about only one thing? मेरे मेरे मदर इन लॉ ने मेरे साथ ये किया, मेरा लाइफ अभी 10 साल तक, मैं 20 साल 25 साल 30 साल तक उसी को रिमेम्बर किए जा रही हूँ। मेरे हस्बैंड ने मेरे साथ ऐसा किया, आई एम रिमेम्बरिंग एंड आई एम कर्सिंग। अरे यार फ्रेंड्स, लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट. So many things, great things also happen in our life. Just remember, and this is, see how thought process even brings abundance. पैसा भी तभी आएगा जब मेरा thought process वैसा बनेगा. A process of a thought process of gratitude. Okay, friends. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great day. Tomorrow we will do walking meditation, friends. So make sure you are with your headphones outside if possible. And if it's raining, you can be indoors. Okay? And walk on in your hall. Thank you very. Do you have any questions or anything to share? कुछ है? Afsanji, Fuldi, Baudi, and others.
No,
Yeah. Good then.
thanks.
Happy
Thanks.
happy evening. Bye bye. Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Good night.